We used to train on cabinets a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh. Whoopsie. We gotta bust up a whole room full of cabinets. Sorry guys, sorry.
Quick little update before the recap today. Due to an overwhelming amount of backlash regarding the fact that I use gameplay in these videos, I'm happy to announce that I will no longer be using game footage. That isn't Stuart Little 2 for the PlayStation 1. Get fucked. Last night, as the stress of having been swatted withered away, our lovely effeminate male Simmons dresses in drag to practice for tomorrow's comedy sketch. They wouldn't be practicing for long, however, because later in the night they returned back to the kitchen for some late night conversating. One thing that we know about Vance based on his social media presence is that he does sketch comedy.
It's not looking good, dude. Dude, it's not looking good. Dude, it's looking pretty rough.
I swear to honor my heterosexuality and always bang women.
And he details a story in which he was plagiarized by a larger YouTuber.
Fun fact, Ethan Klein also stole some of my shit.
What? Are you serious?
Really?
Next up, it would appear that Mr. Goldstriker has misplaced his suit.
Hey, Fish! How you doing? It's so big, like the pants are like...
Wait, if Sam doesn't have the suit, then... Morrow does his part in finishing off the whiskey, drinking alone on his bed.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Sylvia decides to cook herself a little late-night snack, but has some trouble getting the burner to light, releasing a lot of natural gas. Vance, being the stand-up guy that he is, he decides to help her out and... I genuinely don't believe that this house is going to survive 6 weeks. This is like the 8th fire scare that they've had in under 7 days. It would actually be announced that the voting of who our secret agent Fish is was postponed until the following day. So our Fish curled up into bed and got off to sleep. I guess Jonathan is having nightmares about sparring with Sam again. One of the producers decides to leave our Fish a nice little gift for when they wake up. As has happened most days prior, Josie is the first to awake. She sees the mess and immediately cleans it up. Will there be a single day that the Josie cells don't win? And, of course, since our Fish like to sleep in, the sharks decide to start punishing them.
Oh no.
Next up, Violetta makes probably the most salient analysis of anyone on the show so far.
We're very, like, bullyable. That's why we were chosen to be on this show.
That is true. Everyone has, like, that thing that people can, like, poke at or make fun of.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not as dumb as I thought. I actually genuinely believe that she was kind of an airhead, but this proves that she is at the very least sentient, which I previously thought was impossible. Daniel once again puts the Sam and Nick's Perfect Clips YouTube channel in jeopardy. He first moons the kitchen camera, but decided that simply wasn't enough. So he jumped up on the table and, well... Unsurprisingly, this made the producers very upset, and he was pulled to the basement again, as he was the other day.
Like, he's like... Oh, shit. Oh,
Holy, you can see how mad the red shark is just by his gestures. You don't even need to see his facial expressions. Shortly, he's released back into the tank, but the red shark emerges once again to steal his bed in the most violent way possible. If If you'll recall, John already doesn't have a bed and sleeps on the couch, as the team gave 7 beds to our 8 fish. There are now 6 beds. Do the math. Either Jonathan or Daniel will be forced to sleep on the floor tonight. However, there's a possible third option. As you can see here, John and Simmons show off more of their sexual tension, and no doubt the audience is now speculating of whether or not John will be sleeping with Simmons. This is just too much, dude. I know John has autism, but come on, man. He has to know. He goes as far as to tell Simmons in confidence how much the show is a stressor to him.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Me personally, being here, it's extremely stressful.
Jonathan is clearly autistic, which is kind of sad because he can't control it.
Jonathan, being autistic doesn't mean doesn't give you the right to scream at people and be rude to people.
That's right, his boyfriend had to step in to calm him down. But that wasn't enough, as a few minutes later, Daniel had to throw in his 2 cents.
Oh! Shut the fuck up! You literally sleep on this, bro. You think I give a fuck? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah. We'll see who sleeps here first.
Oh, well, I don't, that doesn't matter.
Daniel is threatening to steal the couch. There is only one path forward, boys. The Jimin's relationship will be consummated tonight. Of course, the searches from yesterday continue into today. Today's target is Violetta, the second most speculated individual to have smuggled in a smartphone. And I can say pretty definitively that there is a phone in the tank right now, but it's not in the possession of Violetta. I will now show you the most damning evidence of who has it. Look here, look, it has the correct thickness. It's black on one side and white on the other, and presumably that black side is a screen. This is no doubt either an extremely complex troll by Daniel to make the audience think that he has a phone, or he most definitely has a smart device. A few hours later, Vance once again retreats to his room to practice drums, and makes a new friend in doing so. As the day progressed into the afternoon, the house surprisingly split into 2 groups of 4. Could this possibly be the startings of our cliques? Highly likely. However, if you've noticed, these groups do not align with the teams for the skit performance, so it will likely add some extra tension to the upcoming competition, which I will now clarify because I spread fake news in a previous video. The sketches will not be performed Monday, tomorrow. They will be performed tonight. Additionally, at the same time, they will announce whether or not the 6 fish were able to uncover the 2 contestants with a secret mission, as Jet would now collect their votes. Let's take a look at our fish practicing their comedy sketches.
Yeah.
Like make it long so it's like okay.
Out of all the outfits that Sylvia could have chosen, why is she wearing this? To make sure their sketches won't get the stream banned from YouTube, Jet makes sure to ask Jonathan for any content warnings.
Actually, whisper to me the worst thing that's covered in your sketch.
Due to the fact that he's whispering, it's kind of hard to make out, but one word in particular could be deciphered. Muzzwims. Their sketch will contain muzzwims. And I'm now going to show you a photo real quick here, okay? It's going to show every member of John's team in costume. And I want you to go ahead and tell me which one of them is dressed up as a muzzwim. Yeah, and of course, it's now time for the competition. The Gold Striker shortly briefs our contestants, and as they're preparing to start, Daniel shows John some love. The first sketch features an Dr. Goldberg choking out Simmons before giving him the pink pill. Overall, it's incredibly cringe and goes on way too long. And unfortunately, I'll show only a very small select snippet so my channel doesn't get striked for hate speech.
I'm gonna go to the floor. I'm gonna go to the floor with me.
Once that cringe fest ended, Vance confirmed that the primary writer was, of course, Violetta. No surprise there. Now it's time for Team Daniel. So Daniel opens by calling himself a racial epithet, playing the role of Osama bin Laden, where he is then waterboarded in the most stressful 3 minutes the house has seen yet.
Fucking elected and fucking Hoopa Loopa!
What are you doing?
Fucked up, bro! You can't be elected and fucking
It goes without saying, there is absolutely no comparison, and Team Damnation murdered Team Simmons, with the final community vote poll ending up somewhere near 75 to 25 in favor of Daniel. Perhaps the most shocking part of the entire competition is that Simmons was granted Performance of the Night, and of course the fish bucks that came along with it, where he therein had to return to his room alone. And fun fact, while they were performing, one of the maintenance guys removed all of the light bulbs from their bedrooms, which is hilarious. But also, Simmons just sits in the dark for like 10 minutes and doesn't change, which is just, what the fuck? Gold Striker goes upstairs to close Simmons' door before debriefing the rest of the fish. Of course, Team Daniel is victorious, and Sam comments on Jonathan's failure to say Oompa Loompa is the funniest part of the sketch.
Now, John, were you trying to say Oompa Loompa?
Yeah, I always fucked that up.
Okay. I was laughing pretty significantly at that. When we return to our website, which we are aiming to do Monday, when that happens, we will begin our first elimination challenge. The Osama Gimme the Candy players will be immune. So Letty, Sylvia, Vance, and we know who. We know who's up there in the darkness. Y'all are up for elimination. Sad to say it. I don't want to see anyone go, but it's time to get serious. Have we made enough money that I can offer another $10,000? All right, we'll up the stakes. Winner of this whole shit show gets another $10,000. There's already 10, right? Yeah. So it's 20 now. But this first elimination challenge, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's called Unplanned Parenthood.
He then confirms the first elimination challenge will begin when the website returns, presumably and hopefully tomorrow. It will be called Unplanned Parenthood. He also confirms that the website has been so profitable that the winner's prize pool has been officially raised to $20,000. However, because Team Simmons lost, that means that Simmons, Letty, Sylvia, and Vance are all up for elimination. And in my personal opinion, I definitely believe that Sylvia is going to be the first one to go. I mean, think about it. She's painfully forgettable. She hasn't done anything interesting for the entirety of the show. Honestly, it'd be a welcome change. And also, when everything was said and done, Sam practiced kicks on Jonathan.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
However, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for tonight. Thank you for watching as always. Please be sure to subscribe, like, follow my Twitter and Instagram, as well as join the Patreon. And until next time, guys, peace.